So this next little part is probably going to be the easiest thing you could ever do for any of the sections that I'm going to be teaching, is just literally typing in stuff into a calculator. But the good thing is that it's actually useful to know how to type these things in, because from now on you'll probably have something that you'll need to type into your calculator that'll have a rational power or a radical in some way, shape, or form, and you'll need to know kind of how to type it in. So I mentioned previously that a bunch of different calculators do this a little differently. I'm going to try and outline most of the methods that I have seen. In class at any point, if your calculator is a little wonky and you need help figuring out how to type it in, let me know. I'll help you out. So basically what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to I'm going to show you how to compute. Why is this not wanting to work? Compute radical / rational power expressions. You should have this typed in already on your note sheet, but still. Rational power expressions with calculator. Okay. Part of my sloppy handwriting, this title isn't really important. So if I want to compute an expression using my calculator, let's say I give you an example that's like 3 to the 6 over 15. How do I type that in? Well, I don't think this is going to be a nice answer. It might be, but basically what you're going to end up doing is you're going to type 3 in, and there should be a little caret option on most calculators. I think actually every scientific and up has the caret option, so you should find the caret option. It's located in the top right of the calculator most of the time. So I'm going to take 3 and I'm going to press the caret. There are different things that your calculator can do. Your calculator can maybe automatically put a box here that'll be flashing. If it puts a box right there, you're good to just type 6 divided by 15. Okay, so if this does this, you're just literally going to type 6-15. And when you hit enter, you'll get out an answer. If your calculator doesn't, for example, what it might do is it might do 3, and then when you press the caret, it might just look like that. You'll need to now put a parenthesis and put 6 divided by 15 in there, because your calculator is going to do like order of operations. So if you don't do that, what's going to end up happening is, like, let's say you put 3 caret 6 over 15. What it might do is it might take 3 to the 6th power and then divide that by 15. So you don't want that to do that. So instead what you're going to do is you want to make sure that you have parentheses around what you're raising your 3 to. That is basically what that little section is about. Okay? Just how to type it into a calculator. That's how you would type an expression with a rational power into a calculator. Put the base, which in this case is 3, raise it with the caret, and then type in with parentheses that little fraction. Okay? So the other thing that I'll ask you is to calculate an expression that is involving a radical. Okay? So we know how to type in root 64 into our calculator, even though we know what that is. That's 8. Okay? But what if I were to give you the cubed root of 64? Okay, well, how would I type that into my calculator? Again, some calculators actually are super nice. They might have an option to where there is a little x root on your calculator. It should be right above the square root. If you have this option, that's great. What you're going to end up doing is you're going to type in 3, and then you're going to hit that little button that has the X check mark with it, and you're going to put it right next to that 3. It's going to look kind of silly. It's going to look something like this. So you're going to have 3 to the, what is it going to look like? It's going to look like this. Okay, it's not going to look correct, but that's how it should be. And then you're going to type in the 64 inside the radical. And this will give you the cubed root of 64. Another way that you could do this is sometimes when you hit this button first, what'll happen is it'll show up a little box right here, and it'll let you type in the number first into that box, and then you can move over to 64. But it all depends on what the calculator wants to do. But this is the way to do it if your calculator doesn't automatically box it, and this is the way to do it if it boxes it. Okay, and when you hit enter, it'll give you a decimal, or if it's a really nice answer, it'll give you the whole number expression for it. So that's how you compute with a calculator radical and rational power expressions.